Ahsoka Episode 3, while short, was still a great continuation of the series, and before I jump into this breakdown, spoilers ahead. The episode picks up with Ahsoka and Sabine traveling to the Denab system, where they have tracked down Marok and Shin. On their journey, Sabine is attempting to brush off her rust of Jedi training, practicing her sword skills with Huyang, who makes it clear that she, sucks at it. Ahsoka picks up the training, having Sabine wear a mask, blinding her vision, forcing her to rely on the Force, much like Luke had to do when training with Obi-Wan. Sabine becomes frustrated when she cannot connect to the Force like a Jedi should, but Ahsoka insists on her being patient. Sabine promises to Ahsoka to give it her best. I like that Sabine isn't going to be some overpowered Jedi who could pull down Star Destroyers with the Force, but she is on a path to become more connected to the Force than an average person. Side note, a notable Jedi from Legends, Corran Horn, struggled to use telekinesis. He needed to absorb energy to accomplish this Force power with effectiveness. While Sabine may not be Corran Horn, she could learn to be a Jedi with the lack of telekinesis or other Force powers. Moving forward, Hera meets with the Chancellor of the New Republic, Mon Mothma, along with a few other senators. Hera raises the concerns that the attack at the Corellia Space Yard by the Imperial Loyalists was a bit deeper than a one-time thing. She tells them that she believes that Thrawn has survived, and she requests resources to go to the Denab system to aid Ahsoka and Sabine. Senator Ziano, however, isn't buying what she is selling, saying that she is taking away resources of the New Republic in hopes to find her dead friend Ezra. The scene, along with many others that we've been given now, just shows how the New Republic is so disconnected. Many senators are afraid or tired of war that they rather turn a blind eye to this. They seem to assume in the case that Thrawn is alive that it matters very little, as he is just one of the very few remnants of the Empire and wouldn't amount to a threat. Ahsoka and Sabine, learning about the lack of reinforcements, has their transmission jammed as they approach the Denab system. Jumping out of hyperspace, Huyang brings up that there is a large unknown object on the other side of the planet. Before they can investigate it, multiple enemy ships emerge, two of the pilots being Shin Hati and Marok. Sabine is quick to hop on the tailgun as they begin to engage in a space battle. It begins rough as they struggle to hit any of the enemy ships, but soon the chemistry between Sabine and Ahsoka clicks as they begin to destroy the ships. As they reach the far side of the planet, a hyperspace ring appears, and not the ordinary one that a Jedi starship would use. The Eye of Sion was a large hyperspace transporting ring built by the forces under the supervision of the witch Morgan Elsbeth, with the intent of reaching and rescuing Grand Admiral Thrawn from another galaxy. Ahsoka and the crew attempt to get a closer look so Huyang can scan the ring properly, but in doing so, this triggered the Eye of Sion's weaponry, causing their ship to be shot down temporarily. Sabine begins to get the ship functioning, while Ahsoka puts on a spacesuit and hops out to protect the ship from Shin and Marok. She would do a sufficient job allowing them to re-engage the engines and make their way to the planet. While descending through the atmosphere, they came into contact with Purrgil, or space whales. Purrgil are space-dwelling whales in the Star Wars universe that have torpedo-shaped bodies and various fins, allowing them to move gracefully through the vacuum of space. They inhale a green gas called Cloud Zone 36 to metabolize into hypermatter fuel, which enables them to jump into hyperspace for light speed travel. Ahsoka and Sabine began to use the Purrgil as obstacles to get away safely from Shin and Marok. They would land in the forest as Huyang breaks down his scan of the Eye of Sion, informing them that it was theoretically possible to travel to another galaxy with it. The Jedi archives speak of intergalactic hyperspace lanes between galaxies which used to follow the migration paths of Purrgil. A couple things I would like to dive into here is, if you recall in the Tales of Jedi, we learned that Ahsoka has the ability of beast control. If you're not familiar with beast control, it is a force ability required to control an animal. Once calm, the animal could be used by the Force user in various ways. Anakin was another Force user who was great at this, so with him being her master and her already knowing how to do this, I'd assume she would be a master of this power. So much that maybe she was communicating with the Purrgil to help them escape the clutches of Shin. But I think this is going to go in another direction. In the next episode, I think we'll get a confrontation between Baylan Skoll and Ahsoka, where it will lead to Baylan and Shin escaping with Morgan aboard the Eye of Sion, traveling to another galaxy to meet up with Thrawn. I think Ahsoka and Sabine will use the Purrgil via beast control to travel among these migration paths to reach this galaxy as well. And this is where the show could get very interesting. For the first time, we could see another galaxy on screen, and what would this galaxy contain? Baylan speaks of unimaginable power. Maybe the Yuuzhan Vong will be canonized. We shall see. But that's my recap of the latest episode. Leave your thoughts below of what you think is to come in the future, as well as your thoughts on this episode.